up, baby.
What's going on, everybody? We got a lot of posts here recently, a lot of striper fishermen complaining. I mean, not just complaining, whining, crying, bitching about people targeting stripers in the summertime, not just stripers, hybrids. Hybrids, focus in, the half white bass, half striper concoction that the biologists create in the hatcheries and stock hundreds of thousands a year in our local lakes in the Carolinas, literally millions that they stock annually. Well, let's see, Strom Thurmond, how many do they stock in Clark Hill? 1 million, 500,000, at least 500,000 hybrids in Clark Hill every year. And you got guys taking pictures of one little 12-inch hybrid floating, and they're bitching, saying guys are catching them and the mortality rate's high because it's the summertime and the water temp's 90 degrees. I'm calling bullshit. I'm not seeing any content where anybody's posting anything where anybody's catching like 20 fish and releasing fish and these fish are dying. These guys are a joke. Freshwater striper fishermen, they are the bottom of the barrel. They're they want to act like they're all bougie, but in reality, they're just living off government assistance, acting bougie. They want to act like they're somebody. The real striper fishermen are saltwater striper fishermen. They don't have to rely on the government to stock their fish. So where would striper fishermen be without the government? I'll tell you where they'd be. They'd be on the bank. They'd be on the bank fishing for catfish, fishing for carp. They'd be on the pay lakes fishing for the carp. That's where they would be. These guys are a joke. These guys, they spend all their money. They got their wives' money. They're spending all their wives' money on these big, nice boats. They're going out. They're getting in these tournaments. They're becoming guides. They're chasing that mighty dollar. When in reality, the real fishermen are cat fishermen. And that's a fact. Who we got on here tonight? What's going on, everybody? We got some comments already. Let's go to the comments section here. Let's see. All right. What's going on, Jeff? What's going on fishing with Jeff? Where would Dustin Fisher be without the government stocked fish? He would be on the bank. That's where he'd be. That's where you'd be, Jeff. Get on here and defend yourself. You've been talking all this shit. Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go, striper fishermen. Where y'all at? Unite. Unite. Come on here and defend yourselves. You're a joke. You're all a joke. What are you bitching about? What are you guys bitching about? I see dead fish all the time. I saw a 4-inch white perch floating dead yesterday. Somebody probably caught it, gut hooked it, ripped the guts out, threw it back, and it was floating. Yeah, you're going to see a dead fish floating every once in a while. These striper fishermen are such divas that they're riding around and they're just hoping to find a dead striper. And when they do, oh my God, the phones come out. I mean, if the striper was alive, it would feel like Princess Diana when she was running from the paparazzi. That's probably what killed them. They were probably running from the striper fishermen trying to take pictures of them. But they want to take a picture and then they want to start bitching. They want to say, you idiots are going out here catching our stripers and you're letting them go and they're dying because the water temp's 90 degrees and you're pulling them out of 50 feet of water and the thermal tolerance just isn't there. And they're just bullshit. I'm not saying that doesn't happen with stripers, but that's not happening with a 12-inch hybrid. You guys on Lake Norman, the guides on Lake Norman that are bitching about the hybrids dying, they're not. Who is going out? Show me some footage of somebody going out and catching 20 short hybrids and throwing them back. What are you guys complaining about? It's not real. It's you guys are like, it's like the kid, like your kids whining about it, the monster in their room. Oh, mommy, there's a monster under my bed. No, there's not. It's your imagination. You guys are like a bunch of kids. Without the government, what are you guys doing? You striper fishing. What are you guys doing? What are you all fishing for? If it's not for the government, if you weren't so reliant on government assistance, what would you be fishing for? You'd probably be playing video games. You'd probably be sitting around playing Call of Duty, jacking off. That's what you'd be doing. Just telling the truth. Just telling the truth, baby. That's what I'm here. That's what I'm here doing, telling the truth. Scott Perry, I sent you an invite. Pete Malik, Wes, Dustin Fisher. I sent all you guys invites. Let's go. Let's get on here. Let's get to the bottom of this. I want to see all this proof. I want to see all this proof of all these this fish mortality, all these fish dying, all you armchair biologists. Get on here. Let's go. There is no proof. You guys are bitching. You guys are bitching because you're little bitches. Little bitches that rely on the government. A bunch of only reason JR is able to talk shit is because his friends giving him the government assistance needed to fish Tennessee and them saltwater. Let me tell you something. I love West Rose to death, and West Rose put me on my PB saltwater striper. But I was fishing for and catching citation saltwater striper long before West Rose even started fishing hardcore. Long before I ever met West Rose. I got citations before I met West Rose. You need to check again, buddy. You don't want to compare portfolios with me, old Pete. That is not the only reason. So that's a lie. And you said there, I said it, bullseye. Come on here and tell me that in person, Pete. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Pete. Let's talk about how the only reason you guys are pissed is because they're taking money out of y'all's pocket, because it's all about that mighty dollar with you, buddy. All about the money. All about the money. You can't catch line side right now. You can't catch stripers right now. You go out to Norman right now, you're not going to catch any keeper fish. Hell, you can't catch keeper fish in February. I fished against you in the HSBC. What did you catch? A 0. And what's ironic is you got me a trophy trying to make fun of me for getting skunked. And you got skunked. And not only did you get skunked, but your little protege Lee also got skunked. Y'all suck. Y'all can't catch fish right now, and y'all can't stand it that somebody else is catching fish. Y'all want to be the ones making the money on those fish. It's all about the money. It's a business to these guys, folks. Don't let these guys bully you about trying to act like they're tree huggers. They don't give a shit about conservation. They fill igloo coolers up all year long, except for the summer. Don't let them fool you. Believe me, they're it's a put and take fishery. They are takers. They are the biggest takers out there. And they're complaining. They're trying to steal other guys' joy. They're trying to steal people's joy. People that are going out there that probably only fish in the summertime. They're out there. They may catch a few hybrids, and they're drilling these dudes. Why? Hell, they're the ones that are fucking filling igloo coolers up all fucking year. Shut the fuck up, you money hungry fucking. And not only that, You're relying on the government to stock your fish. Shut up. Oh my goodness. I'm just telling the truth, boys. Just telling the truth. Oh, prison hooch. Hey, this ain't far from the prison hooch. Just telling the truth, Pete. You know I'm telling the truth, baby. You know you can't say I'm lying. You can't say I'm lying. Can't say I'm lying. No, I'm not flaming, Lee. I'm here to flame you, buddy. I'm here to flame you, buddy. I'm here to flame you and Pete and anybody else that wants to cry about some shit that's not even happening. Shit that's not even happening. And Dustin Fisher, are you kidding me? How many comments does his post have? About 100 comments? Because it's a poor little striper, a poor little fucking 10-inch little, looks like a fucking white perch floating. He took a picture of a white perch floating, and he's like that Hawk Tua girl. Like, he posted a pic, completely fucking, who gives a shit? You know how many fucking floating dead fish I see when I go out? I just saw white perch. I saw mayfly. Why don't you take a picture of the mayflies while you're at it? Take a picture of the dead mayflies that are on the water right now while you're at it. Since you want to be a tree hugging little bitch. Good luck. Good luck on what, Lee? Good luck on what, buddy? Story time with JR and the bottle. I love it. Yeah, I love it too. I love it too, Jason. Just over here telling the truth, man. Telling the truth. That's what I'm over here for. Telling the truth. You know why I leave them alone in the summertime? Because you can't fucking catch a keeper in the summertime. That's why I leave them alone. The big fish are hard to catch. You know, you guys pulling coat hangers, y'all ain't gonna catch no keeper fish in fucking July. I'm sorry. That's why y'all stop fishing. That and the fact that y'all can't. Your clients are wanting to fill up igloo coolers, and y'all know that y'all can't go out there in July and give your clients what they want. So business sucks. And then you see guys posting about catching hybrids, and you want to give them hell because y'all ain't getting no money. Fucking whores. Whores. That's what y'all are. Whores of the system. You know? Catfish don't die, just rot away. Yeah. You know what? All these dudes that are bitching are the same dudes that talk shit about catfishermen. And all these motherfuckers ain't nary a one of them caught a trophy catfish. Nary a one of them. Nary a fucking one of them. They might catch catfish as a bycatch. You know how it goes. If you crappie fishing and you're catching largemouth, you think, oh my God, largemouth are so easy. Largemouth fishermen are so stupid. These fish are so easy. I can't keep them off my hook. Blah, blah, blah. You know how it is. When you're not targeting something and you're catching it, you automatically assume a bycatch is easy to catch. Not the case. Not the case. Catfish don't die this right away. Lee Huffman, none of us. Get on here, Lee. Hang on, Lee. I'll send you an invite. Let me send Lee Huffman an invite right quick. Lee Huffman. There you go, Lee. There's your invite. Come on here, buddy. Let's talk. Let's hear about the biologist. Let's hear about the biologist results. Let's hear about all this this big sample size the biologists have on Lake Norman about all of the hybrids dying. I can't wait to hear it. Nobody wants to come on. I invited half a dozen fucking people at least, and not nary a one of them wants to come on here and defend themselves because they know they're full of shit. They can't hang with me. They cannot debate me when it comes to this shit because they know they're full of shit. Striper fishermen are some of the most full of shit fishermen in the entire industry. They are the most full of shit. Freshwater striper fishermen, the most full of shit fishermen. The ones that talk shit. The ones that don't talk shit. They're not full of shit because they know what the deal is. They're not going to fucking open their mouths because they know that there's guys like me out there that know that ain't going to fucking put up with their bullshit. Someone just posted pics of a shit ton of catfish floating. Time for you to get a taste of your own medicine. Lee, you know what? I would love for you to show me this picture of a shit ton. He says shit ton of catfish floating. I want to see this picture. I would love to see this picture. The thing is, though, it's like when you see a fish floating like yesterday on Mountain Island. I went to 3 different lakes this weekend. When I was on Mountain Island, I saw several dead white perch floating. And these white perch, they looked fresh. Their eyes were clear. You could tell they were fresh. How did they die? Well, let me think for a second. There's about, I don't know, 1,000 ways they could have died. It could have been a crappie fisherman fishing from the bank, and he was catching white perch. He got sick of catching white perch. One of the little white perch swallowed the hook. He ripped it out. He slung it out there. That's one way. I doubt very seriously because a white perch, a small white perch, the thermal tolerance, very small white perch is in. They're not dying because the water temp's 90 degrees and you're catching them and letting them go. What's going on, Lee?
What's up?
So I heard there's a bunch of guys out there catching loads of hybrids, man, and killing them because the water temp's too hot.
That's what they say.
Well, I know that's the case for stripers. You know, for example, you go down to Murray right now. You tie off on one of the towers. You throw your light out. You're catching stripers up from the thermocline, 50, 60, 70 feet of water, over 130 feet of water. You rip them up. You already got your limit, so you're just taking them off the hook and throwing them back. You're not fizzing them or anything. They're probably going to die. Matter of fact, every big striper kill that we've had, the majority of the stripers on Norman, before we stopped stocking them, were adult, mature, sexually reproductive age stripers, 24 plus inch stripers. It weren't the small ones that we saw floating. It were the big ones. It was the big ones that were dying. The smaller ones have a much higher thermal tolerance than the big ones. So what you're telling me is that these little, like Dustin Fisher posted the little pic of the little 12-inch, 14-inch max. He says it was a striper. It looks like a hybrid to me, floating dead. You're telling me that that's due to the water temp being too high.
That's what they say.
Who is they, and where's the sample size? And where's all the content? Where's the footage? I'm not seeing any footage of this. I'm not seeing footage of guys catching 20-plus hybrids, throwing 20-plus non-keeper hybrids back. I haven't seen not one video of this happening. Where's your proof?
Well, I mean, I kind of agree with you on the part of you don't see the video. Everybody's saying they're catching them, right?
Man, I don't. You got to show me. There's got to be a sample size, and you got to show me some proof. Otherwise, it's hot air. I don't trust nobody.
I guess it was 3-4 years ago. I know the size limit was still 16 inches. We was catching them marker 13. I mean, this time of year, that's easy spot, right?
Marker 13, yeah.
We were catching them. I mean, we was catching 20, 30 fish a morning. And I quit fishing for them because by the time we were done, there'd be 6 floating that we had threw back. I mean,
Okay.
I've seen it with my own
eyes. How deep were you fishing?
35 to 50 foot.
35 to 50 foot over what depth?
80 foot. We was fishing the edge of the main channel.
Okay, so 35 to 50 foot. So you're picking them off of the thermocline over 80 foot of water. So yep. you're down at the dam. 80 foot of water in Lake Norman. You're down at the dam in the summertime.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, so you're down at the dam in the summertime. Are you fishing live bait?
I actually done better with cut bait because the live bait would die 9 times out of 10. Just like, right. I mean, if you fished on Murray like anybody has, you know, if you hit that pocket of water that ain't got the right O2 in it and stuff, then
yeah. So you're throwing hybrids, short hybrids back, and they're dying.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna need to see some proof of that.
All right.
There's I haven't seen not one video, and you know as well as I do, people video every fucking thing.
They do nowadays.
Look at Peter Malik. That son of a bitch won't go fishing. If he catches a fucking 1 pound channel cat, it's going on Facebook. You know, everybody is taking pictures of everything. They're documenting everything. So for you to be such an advocate for conservation, it looks like you would have documented these cases of you throwing fish back and them dying. But I haven't seen anything.
I didn't realize it was wrong until it was later.
Okay. Well, from now on, I would recommend taking some video footage of these said hybrids dying that you're catching from the thermocline on Lake Norman.
I can't do that. No more.
Short hybrids in the summertime. I don't see them dying. Their thermal tolerance is so high. It might as well be a white perch. That's basically what a 12-inch hybrid. It might as well be a white perch. It's like it's basically like it's like you're saying that white perch are dying due to their lack of the thermal tolerance.
There's a post on Facebook right now. I know a lot of people's catching catfish on Lake Norman. We all know where that's going on at.
Down at the dam, the suspend bite. I'm sure.
There's a post on the hybrid page because a lot of people's throwing them back. I know of a couple people that's went down there and caught 20 plus fish the last couple of days, and they ain't kept any. But there's a post on the hybrid page right now that just got posted a few minutes ago of there being a significant number of catfish floating in Cornelius Creek this evening.
Well, listen.
So it affects them too.
They're stocking hundreds of thousands of right now. They're stocking over 300,000 a year in
Correct.
Lake Norman. Okay,
300.
This is for the never mind. This is 100% about money. This is a money generating industry. That's why these guys they're not stocking these fish out of the goodness of their heart. They're stocking these fish because of the revenue that these fish bring.
No, I'll give you that.
They're stocking these things annually, hundreds of thousands. If they were to stop stocking them, these fish would be non-existent in a year. They'd be done. There wouldn't be any in there. The life expectancy of these fish, they say, is at most 6 years. You agree with that?
Yeah, it's 6, 7, 8, something like that.
Okay, well, on Lake Norman, I doubt it's more than 6, given the shitty ass environment and the catch rate, the harvest rate, all that on Lake Norman. I doubt that they're staying in there more than 6 years. So what are you guys bitching about? I don't get it. They're stocking them. They're literally giving you hundreds of thousands of fish every year. I don't understand. It's a put and take fishery. And these guys, these people that are going out there and targeting these fish in the summertime, most of these fishermen, I would dare say that's the only time they fish is in the summertime.
Yeah.
So you're kind of stealing their joy. Like I was out on the lake this weekend on Mountain Island, and there was the cop boat the police on Mountain Island. And let me tell you what, the police was going around and they were getting on their loudspeaker at the bank fishermen, and they were telling the bank fishermen, they were getting on their loudspeaker saying, there is no fishing allowed. Get out of the water immediately. Stealing these people's joy. I cannot stay, and conservatives, you consider yourself to be a conservative, am I right?
Nah.
Nah? You're a liberal?
No, I'm
independent.
That's how I'm registered. Yeah.
You're a registered independent?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. But you lean right. You lean more on the right side of the spectrum than the left side of the spectrum, right?
True story.
Okay. So, you would think that you guys would be like less government overreach, but you're not. Because what you're complaining about are government stocked fish, and then the cops are coming and they're running off the bank fishermen. You guys are bitching about the guys that probably only fish in the summertime. You guys are stealing these people's joy. Sometimes some of these guys, that's the only time. Who cares if they kill a few fish? They're not killing that damn many fish. They're stocking 350,000 a year in there. I can assure you, they're not. These guys are weekend warriors. They're not going out there and catching that damn many fish where it's actually putting a dent in the population. That's my side of the whole debate.
They got to make it to 20 inches before you can keep them.
That's right. But you got to find the shorts to catch them.
You can catch 20-inch fish on Norman right now.
Lee, how many keeper 20-inch fish did you catch in February on Lake Norman in the biggest tournament of the year?
Oh, we all know. I ain't afraid to say it. I caught that many.
That's right. That's how many I caught.
Yeah.
And that's how many our hero Pete called as well. That's talking so damn much shit on here. Why don't you guys, Scott Perry? Why don't you get on here? Why don't Pete? Why don't you get on here? You guys got time to comment. You got time to get on here. You guys are pussy. You guys are being pussies. That's what you're being, is pussies. Lee has got a set of nuts on him. He got on here face to face, man to man, because he's a man. You guys are being little bitches. You guys want to be out in the comment section and not be.
I've talked a lot to Corey, and if I could figure out this damn email he sent me, I can open it up. I can screenshot it. Everything. I've tried to forward it to Bill Ward, Jason Brilliant, Peter Mallett. It will not forward. It
now what is this email? What is this email saying?
It's got the same information as the guy we had on the show when I was on the way to the beach.
Well, nothing's stopping you from opening your email up right now on your phone and showing it to us on the screen there.
Hang on, let me see.
I'm gonna read some comments here.
I'm gonna try to log into my Gmail account because I don't know my damn password 9 times out of 10.
Well, you don't go through too much trouble. But don't be saying no bullshit if you can't back it up.
No, I got the email, and I even reached back out to Corey a week ago or so, and he was in New York smallmouth fishing, and he said he'd give it back to me as soon as possible. And I went as far as I told him I'd send him their email addresses, and he could send it directly to them, and I haven't heard back from him in, I don't know, a week.
Well, that figures. That's the government for you.
You
guys know you do know that DNR that's the United States government.
I understand what it stands for.
Yeah, relying on them to stock your fish is and then trying to bitch about and then trying to make fun of catfish.
I'm trying to educate people. That's all I was trying to do. Everybody got butt hurt.
But where's the proof? That's what I'm saying. Where's the proof? Now I know all about mortality in the summertime. I know all about it when it comes to striper fishing. Hybrid's a different story. I'm going to need to see some sample sizes to believe that some undersized hybrids are dying due to the lack of oxygen or lactic acid buildup and all of that.
I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll be back. I had to come off the screen. I'm trying to verify my email.
Take your time. Peter Malik, who the hell is going to post videos of their own dead fish? Get the fuck out of here, JR. I don't know. People that are trying to prove a point, to try to prove that mortality rate is that what they're saying is true. Dustin Fisher literally just posted a pic of dead fish. I could have posted several pics of dead fish this weekend. I wish I would have. They die lactic acid. Oh my God, Scott Perry, are you on the lactic acid fucking kick?
I mean, that's what it is. He ain't wrong.
No motherfuckers don't even know what lactic acid is. Let's see. Heat, lack of O2 is simple, Simon. Is it really? Is it really that simple? Okay. So we know that hybrids can tolerate, they have a higher thermal tolerance than stripers. We all can agree on that, correct, Lee?
Yeah, hang on. I'm reading my email. See, I found it. I'm going through it
now. Well, Scott, we can all agree that hybrids have a higher thermal tolerance than stripers.
Yeah, that's why they put them in Norman.
Right. Exactly. How much higher of a thermal tolerance do they have? Is it just a little bit? Is it a lot?
I don't think it's as much as
we don't know.
So
you guys don't know. White bass are basically, I think we can all agree that white bass thermal tolerance is probably about the same as a white perch. Well, hybrids are half white bass, so they're basically half white perch. My God, white perch can live in a fucking mud puddle. I think that we get frustrated, us Catawba River fishermen and Yadkin River fishermen, us guys that are down here on these shitty ass river basins. I think that we're jealous. We're jealous of Tennessee, the French Broad River, the Clinch River, Tennessee River, Mississippi River. I think we're jealous of these big, successful Ohio River, Missouri River. We're jealous of these rivers because ours fucking sucks. So we take our frustration out on fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry
that are out here
just trying to have a. You should be able to.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to.
Scott Perry says hard to watch. Well, fucking help me out, guy. Don't just sit back and bitch. You're fucking part of this show, too. Nobody is bitching. They are educating. No, they're not. Nobody, not one fucking person is educating. Lee is attempting to show me an email that could potentially educate me. I can see a bar graph. I see a graph. That's about all I could see. Get it closer. So I could read the yellow box.
I can't figure out how to flip my camera, so I'm having to.
82 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Natural bait mortality is estimated between 65 and 80%. And artificial is estimated 35 to 50%. Okay, well, we've already discussed this. The 35 to 50% is obviously less than 85%. And we gathered that the reason that is because the artificial fishermen are pulling fish that are not as deep. They're not pulling thermocline fish. They're pulling fish like in 20 feet or less of water because they're artificial fishing. They're not getting down in that thermocline. That's why that is. But like, what is the sample size? Like, there's no details on that study. And it sounds to me like you're just using anything you can get a hold of to back up your narrative. And I think that you guys need to be a little more open-minded. You need to say, hey, you know what? I don't know for a fact that the mortality rate is that high. Maybe I need to pump the brakes on giving these guys a hard time. Maybe these fish aren't dying at the rate that I think they are.
So then why in the last, I don't know, 4 to 5 years on Lake Norman, since we've been doing the hybrid tournament, if you go back and look at all the tournaments we've had, they've consistently gotten worse. There's been consistent less fish caught. We have more boats fishing than we've ever had. There's less fish caught than there's ever been. Every year.
Okay. So what you're saying is the tournament results have gotten worse and worse since they've started stocking hybrids.
It's gotten worse since the popularity of the hybrid fishing grew on Lake Norman.
So, I mean, they only started stocking hybrids, what, 2014, 2013? Somewhere around there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what is it's 2024 now? So,
10 years.
10 years. So, 10 years thereabouts. And so, in 10 years' time, in a decade, the hybrid striped bass tournament has gotten less and less. But the thing about this, that's a terrible example, and I'll tell you why. We hold that tournament in February.
Okay.
February is it's the winter's version of fucking July or August.
I agree. It's a tough month.
It's an extremely tough month. Those fish are deep. They're schooled up, as you know. I don't know about you, but I marked fucking thousands of fish in that tournament. You can't get the son of a bitches to bite because it's fucking cold.
The morning of the tournament, I set over fish better than I'd set over them all week. Mm-hmm. Them deep fish won't eat.
And you know why? You know why? Because this is the striper fishing industry's problem. The reason we're holding it in February is because it's the toughest fucking month to hold it in. That's why.
One of the reasons it's held in February is because if we hold it in April, you're going to have 30 boats and two.
Right. Yeah, they don't want nobody catching fish. Oh no. They don't want somebody that's only been fishing 5 years when they've been fishing 30 years. They don't want somebody that's only been fishing for 5 years to beat them in the tournament. That's why. That's fucking why. You can't deny it, Lee. You know that's the fucking truth.
That is
all these old heads. The reason they're holding it in February is because they know that it's tough as shit, and they think that they're going to have an edge because they think they know a little bit more than these guys that have only been fishing for 5. Let me tell you something. Let me educate you right quickly. I'm 45 years old. My dad is 65 years old. He's 20 years older than me. Okay.
I'm listening.
I can learn something right now. It doesn't matter what I want to do, whatever. If I want to learn a fucking trade, if I want to become a theological scholar, I can do it in fucking 1 year. In 1 year, I can learn what took my dad probably over a decade to learn. Why? Because of all the socials and because of the internet, because of technology. So all these fucking old head, all these boomers, that's why they want it in February, is because all these guys that's why everybody hates West Rose. Because West Rose just came on the scene in like fucking 2016, and they're like, hey, I've been doing this shit since fucking 2003. What the fuck? This motherfucker's catching 50-pound stripers. I've been going after a 50 since 2003. This motherfucker's going to come in and do it, boom, immediately.
Then why did you zero in February?
That's why. What? Why did I zero
in February?
Why did I zero in February on Norman?
Yeah. First of all, learned to trade in
First of all, I didn't zero in February. Me and Spivey would have kicked y'all's ass, you and Pete's ass. You and Pete together, me and Spivey would have beat the fuck out of y'all on fish caught, on inches. If we were measuring fish or if we were weighing fish, we would have kicked y'all's ass. We just didn't catch any keepers. Oh,
where's that video?
I got
because everybody videos everything now.
I got at least 3 videos, buddy, on TikTok of me and Spivey catching 19 and 3/4 inch fish.
I done that all week up.
I didn't. You ain't got a single goddamn video of you doing it. Not one fucking video. Not one. Not one. I like you. You trustworthy. You trustworthy. But I ain't seen not one fucking video of your shit.
You was blowing up my shit the weekend before the tournament when I was on Norman. I
was blowing up your shit.
Yeah, saying that I hadn't caught 4 keepers that morning on a guide trip.
Yeah, there you go. Blowing up. It wasn't blowing up your shit asking you for anything, because I can tell you right now, you, Pete, and all you other haters, J.R. Cochran has never asked one time in his fucking life Well, not one time have I ever asked a fucking iota of advice from anybody ever on striper fishing. Ever.
Okay. I mean, that's your story. Stick to it, right?
That's the truth.
Okay.
19-inch fish. Damn, send him a trophy. Scott, get your ass on here. Quit being a keyboard warrior. Get your ass on here if you're going to talk shit. Hey, Heather, let Scott get on here. Scott, get a fucking hall pass, burn a hall pass and get on here. My God. Y'all are such little bitches.
I can't see a full line here.
Oh, hey, are you at the fire department, Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I don't appreciate you talking shit about my captain.
Hey, I love Lee to death. Don't take any of this to heart.
He did take up for me earlier. He said, at least he's got balls to get on here.
I appreciate you cussing in front of my kid, though.
I'm sorry.
His kid ain't here.
That Lee fucking dumbass shouldn't have got on here. This is adult content.
He don't know how to catch fish.
Nah, he can definitely catch fish. JR hasn't asked, but his lurking buddy pretty quick to snoop on someone's business. Oh, shut up. Listen, Spivey is extremely inquisitive. Spivey will ask you a million questions. He won't do a fucking thing you say. Okay, let me tell you, that's something about Spivey is he will ask you and you'll think that he's fishing for information and you can tell him whatever. It doesn't matter what you tell him. You can tell him that you're catching a million fish and give him the coordinates. He don't give it. He just wants to hear you talk. He don't give a shit. He's not going to listen to anything you're saying. Spivey is his own little, he does his own thing. He just loves to talk. He just loves to get your input. He's not going to listen. He's not going to take your input. He's not going to put any stock in your input. Believe me. Trust me. I know. I've known Spivey for 15 years. And believe me, he's
I
not
Spivey on the phone yesterday for like
he don't give a shit what you say. You might think that he cares what you say, but he's fishing. Yeah, you're right, Pete. He is fishing, but everything you're saying, he already knows. Trust me. He don't let him fool you. He might play like he's a greenhorn and he's fishing for information, but he knows more than you do. He already knows. Trust me, he ain't doing shit that you're saying.
Hey, and you said earlier that I had never caught a trophy catfish.
Yeah, you haven't.
What's a trophy catfish on Lake Wild?
Blue or flathead?
Blue.
50 plus.
Okay. I haven't caught a 50 off a Wiley. I'm close. Okay, well, I'm close.
I told the fucking truth, didn't I?
I just asked what your opinion of a trophy catfish on Wiley was.
My opinion of a trophy catfish on Wiley is 50 plus.
Okay.
There's enough 50 plus in there to where I can say that 50 plus is a trophy. I think that most of your trophy catfishermen on Wiley, 99% of them would tell you that a trophy catfish on Wiley is 50. Blue, as far as a blue is concerned, is 50 plus. Right. Lee, listen, I love you. I respect you. You fish like a motherfucker. You're a guide. I know that you live the life. I know that. But I want you to go fishing with me. I want you to see how I fish. And I want us to catch a fucking big fish to get together. I want you to be
now's the time.
Either me on your boat, you on my. I don't care whose fucking boat. I'm not. We're not. This ain't a dick measuring contest. I don't give a fuck whose boat it's on. But I want us to be together, and I want us to catch a big fish on the same fucking vessel. Oh, here's Paradise, baby.
Now's the time.
Well, I agree. I agree. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, man. Most of these big fish right now are still on spawn. I don't know if you know this or not, but most of these big fish are still on spawn. They were late this year going on spawn. They're going to be late coming off.
No, I agree with that.
There's some flatheads. There's some big fish being caught there, but they're extremely few and far between. There's not any post spawn trophy bite to speak of at the moment. But yeah, I agree. It's time to hit it. It's time to hit it fucking hard.
I'm gonna go to Norman Wednesday morning, I believe, or tomorrow evening, depends on the rain.
Listen, Pete, Lee.
Yo.
The rest of the week, I get off at 2:30 and I can fucking make a fucking beeline. Let's go. Let's go to Fort Mill. Let's go to Fort Mill and catch some fucking good fish. And Fort Mill.
I'd like to do that.
Are you game?
I'd like to do it.
What's your schedule like this week?
I work Thursday and Saturday.
Well, so you're off tomorrow?
I am.
Well, fuck. Let's go tomorrow.
All
right. Tomorrow, Fort Mill. Fort Mill access.
I have to bring my little boy with me. I got him tomorrow.
Well, okay. I have two kayaks.
Oh, we can take a boat.
Okay, you want to take your boat? I know how to get up to that dam in a boat. If you want to take your boat, let's take your boat.
I'm down.
Tomorrow.
All right. Call me.
I get off at 2:30.
I get off at 8:00 in the morning. I'll text you when I get off work.
I get off at 2:30. I tell you what I'll do. I'll put in for half a day tomorrow, which will be 10:30. So I'll get off at 10:30. I'm going to say an 80% chance I'll get off at 10:30 tomorrow morning. I will call you. We'll take your boat. We'll put it in at the Fort Mill access. We're going to need some. I guess we'll fucking use chicken because I know you ain't got no bait.
We need you to take your boat.
I got.
Hey.
I got some perch, but they're froze.
Okay, well, bring your frozen perch. I'll get some boneless, skinless chicken.
I'm gonna think they're running water tomorrow afternoon.
Well, we kind of don't want to run in water because we're going to be right up in front of the dam. We're going to be right up in front of the dam. We're gonna put the nose of your fucking boat literally on the dam. It's going to be on the concrete, and we're gonna fan cast out. You're gonna have to trust me. You're gonna have to go out on a limb on this one.
Boy, them channel cat are gonna be rolling in the bucket.
No, dude, these are gonna be at the very least, at the minimum.
They ain't running water the next 3 days.
Teenage fish at the minimum. And
they ain't
running water the next 3 days.
If we can get our hands on some fresh, some live bait, if we can get our hands on some bait, then we got a chance at a 50 plus back there.
Man, fucking that big at least.
Yeah.
Lee knows he ain't nowhere tomorrow.
He ain't going. Yeah, he ain't going. But I'll tell you what, if you don't want to take your boat, I got 2 kayaks and I have a float. We'll blow the fucking float up. We'll take 2 kayaks.
Put my 8-year-old in the damn float. That'd be when they did cut the damn water on. I'd have to go to 77 to get him.
Yeah. All right, Scott Perry, you've been running your fucking mouth. Let's hear what the fuck you got to say.
About what?
Let's hear what you got to say about the thermal tolerance on some 12-inch fucking hybrids.
Hey, I gotta go. I'll holler at y'all.
See you, buddy.
Must be the fire, Gastonia, meth lab caught on fire.
Probably.
What are you talking about? What I'm saying about 12-inch hybrids?
Yeah. What's the thermal tolerance on some 12-inch hybrids?
Well, first of all, I wasn't even talking about 12-inch hybrids.
Okay, all right. Well, that's what this whole fucking show's about. That's what Dustin Fisher posted a picture of. That's what Lee Huffman's bitching about. That's what Peter Malik's bitching about. And you've been coming to the rescue like a knight in shining armor because you're fucking.
Because I posted just today that put them in the cooler. Why not put them in the cooler? They're gonna die.
Because they're not keepers.
They're 90 degrees.
They're going by the regulations. They're not keepers. So on Lake Norman, the regulations are 20. It's a 20-inch minimum.
We don't have size limits on them turds.
Okay. Well,
So
what's Dustin Fisher bitching about then? Because he saw one, literally one. It's not like he took a picture of a fucking football field. No, one. He saw one single fucking 12-inch little fucking hybrid. He says it's a striper. It's a fucking hybrid.
well, let me tell you what the whole thing was about. Everybody gets on board like we're conservatives trying to save the fish. I don't give a shit if you use dynamite.
Conservatives? No, that'd be liberals.
I don't care.
Conservatives don't give a fuck about the fish. Let's go ahead. Let's just get that straight right off the nipple.
What?
No, you said that the people are trying to say y'all are conservative. No, people are trying to say y'all liberals.
Not political. I'm talking about as like a conserving the fishery.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to say the whole thing.
Conservationalist, yeah.
After the shot, you're all up in your feelings. No, happened?
I just want you to use proper English. You said conservatives. I think you meant conservationalist.
Well, if you want me to use proper English, you shouldn't put me on here because that's the last fucking thing I did.
Well, that's why I put you on here so I can fucking make fun of you.
Well, I think there's only one person gonna get made fun of on this video.
Yeah, and that's you.
The fucking drunkard.
I'm not drunk.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I'm not drunk. I'm just telling the truth.
Yeah.
When you drink, telling the truth.
So, anyways, I made a post and I shared his thing, and it wasn't. I don't give a shit how many fish you kill. I'm not trying to save fish in our shithole lakes. I see all these videos of people like, we caught 20, kept 4 for dinner, released 16. No, you didn't. You killed 16 for the turtles to eat, which I don't get.
They're lying. They're lying. There's no footage of this. There is absolutely no footage of these motherfuckers catching 16 fucking fish.
What I'm saying is you can't release if you release stripers and hybrid in 90-degree water after you pull them up out of 80 foot, they did.
Okay, what about a perch? What about a perch? What about a perch?
A perch dies on the way up.
Okay, so perch are going to also die in 90-degree water.
They're going to die before you get them to the boat.
So they have So what you're saying is perch, white perch in the Marone family has a less thermal tolerance, has a lower thermal tolerance than a hybrid or a striper. Is that what you're saying?
I fucking don't know. I don't fish for perch. I don't have.
Well, let me educate you. No, they do not. Perch can live in a fucking mud puddle. They have an extreme high thermal tolerance. You can turn the switch off of your live well, save your battery. The perch are going to be fine. They're going to fucking live in your hot ass fucking live well with no circulation.
Didn't you kill a whole bait tank full of perch 2 years ago?
Mm.
I mean,
I did.
Yeah. No,
I did, but I don't know why they fucking died. I don't know why they fucking died.
Because the water was too fucking hot.
No, that's not why they died.
So all I was saying, and it got blown out of proportion, was if you're new to fishing or been fishing a couple of years and you catch some stripers or hybrid on downrod and you take them and they're jerking around and you release them into the water and they swim down.
I can agree. If they're stripers, I can agree.
Just keep them.
Hybrids, I can't necessarily agree on fucking hybrid. Hybrids are half white bass, dude. Their thermal tolerance is way higher than a striper.
Yeah, but you're not only dragging them through 90-degree water, they're fighting for their life on hook and line.
Right. They're building up a little lactic acid. But I mean, it's not like these guys are out there fishing for them on crappy gear. I mean, these guys are fishing for most of your guys that are catching hybrids are catching them on striper gear. At the very minimum, they're catching them on 6,500, probably 17, 20-pound main line with at least 15-pound leaders. They're horsing hybrids to the boat.
Well, 10 years ago, I gave a shit. People killing fish. I don't give a shit now. Zero shit's given. I was just letting these people know that they're out there catching 20 or 30 fish and they feel like they're releasing them and doing good for the fishery. They're dead. Throw them in the cooler.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. You're talking. I think that you, being a legitimate strictly a striper fisherman. You're not a hybrid fisherman. I don't think that you know enough about hybrids to really have a say in this. I think that you're basing everything off of your striper knowledge, and it just doesn't work.
There's nothing.
Hold on. Your internet is terrible. You're gonna have to do something. Sign out and come back in or something. You're freezing up and you're sounding like a robot. But yeah. I think that yeah, sign out and come back in, Scott. I think that what Scott's saying is, I think that he's basing everything off of his striper knowledge, and even juvenile stripers. I will give him that. Even juvenile stripers, let's say Lake Murray. I don't know what the striper limit is or size limit is on Lake Murray. Let's say it's 20 inches, 21 inches. If you're catching 15 to 17 inch striper, and you're pulling them up out of the thermocline at 50, 60 feet of water, over 100 plus feet of water, and you're throwing them back because they're non-keeper size. Let's say the limit's 21 inches and these fish are 19 3/4, and you're throwing them back. Yeah, the stripe, they're probably not surviving. There's probably a pretty significant mortality rate on those fish. But I don't think what Scott is taking into consideration is that we're talking about hybrids here. We're talking about not only hybrids, we're talking about short hybrids. We're talking about 12, 14, 16 inch, 17, 19 inch hybrids. These fish have an extremely high thermal tolerance. These fish you can catch these fish and you don't have to thermocline fish for these fish. These fish are in the 15, 20 feet of water when the surface water temp is 90 degrees. And I don't think that they have a big enough sample size of these fish not surviving when being released, when being caught. That's what I've gathered.
But you got a sample size that they are surviving. You've had enough knowledge as a biologist.
No, but what I'm saying is there's not enough sample size to prove otherwise.
Hey, Doc, you can't release fish. You can't release hybrid and stripers in 90-degree water.
Oh my goodness! Look here, D Young. I hate to say, but JR is correct.
That's a catfisherman. You don't know that. A catfisherman will survive 3 hours on the deck of your boat.
Listen, you guys rely on government assistance. Can you deny that, Scott? Scott, let me ask you a question. Do you rely on government assistance?
You seem like MSNBC? Like you just talk over people when they fucking try to talk.
I just asked a question.
What government? Yeah, I'm on welfare. Yes.
You're a welfare official.
Yeah, I'm on welfare.
You accept that.
I like the cheese and the peanut butter. It's awesome. I mean, the cheese don't melt, but
no, I'm not saying you're on government assistance in your life. I'm talking about your fishing life. Your fishing life is reliant on government assistance. Is that correct?
What are you talking about? I'm stocking?
Well, yeah, on stocking. Who stocks them? Doesn't the government stock the fish?
The state.
Isn't that the government?
Government don't have anything to do with this. It's the state.
So the Department of Natural Resources, DNR, that's not a branch of the government.
I don't fucking know. DNR don't stock fish.
I know, and I can tell you that it 100% is a part of the government, and you are 100% reliant on the stocking of fish by our government. So you are on government assistance as a fisherman. Let me ask you this, Scott. Okay. If you didn't striper fish, if you weren't a welfare recipient,
right?
What would you target? What species would you target? If the government didn't stock stripers and you couldn't be a freshwater striper fisherman, what kind of fisherman would you be? Would you just be a gamer? Would you just be what would you be? Would you just give up fishing? You just wouldn't be a fisherman?
I would probably just save my money and go to saltwater twice a year.
But but you talk shit to the saltwater striper fishermen. You say that
I wouldn't target.
they're not real striper fishermen. So
I wouldn't target stripers. I'd go after.
oh, okay. So you just go after. You'd be like a meat fisherman, like Pete, like this red snapper and black bass, and this okay, bunch of little tiny fish.
I mean, there's nothing
basically a crap for a saltwater version of a crappie fisherman. Basically,
I mean, there's nothing in our lakes that are worth catching.
Okay, I got it. So yeah,
I would probably just go swimming and drink beer.
I mean, that's what I do.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what you. So you'd just be me.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna catch a fish, you should.
I got a tan. Look at this fucking.
That ain't much of a tan, dude.
I got a fucking.
You are not tanned.
That's all I fucking do.
You are not tanned. That's right there.
That's your arm, bro. Every man's arm is tan.
Arm. Come on.
Let's see your fucking let's see that. That's fucking.
So I don't think that's what people want to see there. So
I don't know. You'd be surprised. I don't know. Peter Malik probably want to see it.
I mean, freshwater wise in the South, there's striper and really nothing else. I mean, you got catfish. They're just turd rollers and slime your line. Then they're probably the only thing that would pull a loop.
Whoa! Let's pump the brakes on that now.
Then you got
let's pump the brakes. Let's pump the brakes. Pump the brakes.
Spot bass and bass.
You talk shit about catfish, but
then
have you ever caught a catfish over 50 pounds? I don't think you have.
Well, yeah, I know you caught one in the last 10 years. I've seen 7 videos of that one fish. But
motherfucker, I caught over a dozen in one fucking year. In 1 year, I caught over a dozen.
You're a big video photo guy, but we got a picture of one. But he caught a dozen, everybody. He caught a dozen.
I caught a fucking dozen in 1 year.
Dozen, over 50.
That's just 1 year.
Yeah. But they don't do nothing for me. They don't excite me. I kind of get disappointed.
So basically, you're just not a fisherman.
I just get disappointed.
You'd be sitting at home beating your meat. Is what you'd be doing.
I'd rather than catch catfish.
You'd be sitting at home beating your meat, playing video games. That's what you'd be doing.
There's nothing about a catfish that really excites
me.
If
it weren't for the government, you'd be sitting at home beating your meat.
I mean, I understand the people that catfish because it's really easy. I get it. You like easy. I mean, that's 2024. We like easy, but there's nothing exciting about it.
Listen, that sounds. Peter Malik said JR's about to be reported his channel shut down for indecent exposure shit. No, that's because you're a pussy, Pete. That's because you're a fucking pussy. They're not going to shut my channel down because of some flake from some bad language. No. When I post my content, I always click on not for kids.
Yeah.
Every time I click on not for kids. That's the difference between me and Dieter Melhorn. If you guys ever watched Dieter, how fucking miserable
I got something to say.
is Dieter Melhorn's content?
Nobody's listening. So when you catch a catfish, the first thing you notice is that rod tip going as you're reeling in I mean, it's a heavy weight, but
dude, you don't even have good enough internet to be on here. You done froze up again. So just go ahead and exit and come back. And you're talking about a catfish bite. You're saying a catfish going no, a catfish goes boom, and he buries the fucking guides into the water. That's what a catfish does. That's what a big catfish does. Nobody gives a shit about some little catfish. Nobody. Guys, if you're just joining, this episode is all about striper fishermen crying. I mean, literally crying, shedding real tears about guys targeting striper in the summertime. And most of the tears are either tournament fishermen or guides because you're taking money out of their pocket. striper, for example, if you're on Lake Murray, you're down at the towers, you're fishing over 130 feet of water, you're pulling stripers up from the thermocline 50, 60 feet deep, and they're non-keepers. We'll say the I don't know what the size limit is on Murray. Let's say it's 21 inches. You're catching 19.5-inch fish. You're throwing them back. Their argument is these fish are dying. You're killing a bunch of fish. But their sample, they have no proof. There's no sample size. There's no videos of guys actually doing this. So they're just jealous. They're either jealous or they're hating. The guides are pissed because they feel like that the guys that are targeting them in the summertime, they're taking money out of their pocket. They want to book the trips and have the clients in the summertime and put them on keeper fish, but they can't because they're artificial fishermen and they can't get these deep fish. They can't get these summertime 20+ inch keeper fish. And they're pissed at the guys that are catching these shorts and letting them go. And they're saying they're dying, even though they're stocking hundreds of thousands a year. And they're 100%. And 100% of these guys are extremely hardcore conservatives on the political spectrum. But they're 100% reliant on the government to stock their fish. Can you guys see the humor in this? It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. Anyways, it's been an hour and 15 minutes, and I think that I've pretty much made my point. Scott can't hang with me. Pete can't hang with Pete. He couldn't even come on here. He was so scared. At least Lee had the balls to come on here. Lee can hang with me. So yeah, I've pretty much made my point. These guys can't hang with me. I made my point. These guys are gay. And that's pretty much it. These guys should move to San Francisco and start participating in the parades, if you know what I mean. Good night, everybody. See you next week.